If you knew me in real life, you'd know that fashion, Yeezys, shoes like that, absolutely nothing to do with me. This is a top that I got for like £1. And if you saw my Yonglo 50mm 1.8 video, you'd know that I had a pair of Yeezys in real life, like real Yeezys. But as soon as I stepped foot in them, I got scared and anxious, and I really didn't want to ruin a pair of £250+ shoes. So I scoured eBay looking for fake Yeezys, found a pair for £30 and just bought them, knowing that they'd probably be pretty bad, and just to use them whilst I sold my real ones, because there was no way in Cornwall, where it's muddy, sandy and dirty, that I was going to wear real Yeezys out in the public. £30 was spent, and to be honest, I really wasn't expecting the package to turn up at all, let alone within the 2 weeks that it did. It turned up, I compared them against my real Yeezys, and my gosh was I in for a surprise. Hey guys, my name's Ryan Thomas with Failtech, and these are eBay Yeezys. Are they even worth it? So funnily enough, these shoes can be harder to come by than the real things, these eBay Yeezys, because the sellers are selling them at such a fast rate that the sellers will get taken down off eBay within like 5, 10, 15 minutes of them being up. So they will list a bunch, maybe 20 or 30,000 of these fake Yeezys, and they are fakes by the way. And because of eBay's policies, they will get taken down within maybe half an hour of them being up, and you've got to snipe them for the 25, 30 pounds that you pay. There are a few things about these Yeezys that I really was intrigued by, and that turned out to be the best parts about the shoes. As I'm not a fashion guy, I'm really not into my fashion or into my clothes, so it wasn't a big deal that these were Yeezys. If you're looking for real Yeezys, or you're looking for good fakes and you're pretending that they're real, don't go here, don't even bother. These aren't amazingly close to the real things. From a distance, or if you're just a normal person, you probably couldn't distinguish these from real Yeezys. If you're a real shoe hype beast, you're obviously going to see the difference. There is stitching and a few different things here and there that you can quite easily distinguish them from the real things, but you really have to be looking for those. But for those of us who actually don't care about the label, they don't care that they're not the real thing, they're great for us, for people who want to save money and look good doing it. I'm just going to let you know that these are the most comfy shoes I have ever worn in my entire life. They put a spring in your step because they've got that boost on the bottom, which is really nice. It's very close to the real thing, and it's very spongy. It feels honestly like the real things. It's got minimal padding, but also it kind of molds to your foot, which is really nice. If you've got super wide flat feet, these might not be perfect for you. They're very shaped shoes, and because they're made of this weird material, they aren't very firm, so they're almost like a sock, like wearing a thick sock and then with a larger sole, which means that they can fit pretty much any feet, and they aren't too obtrusive, they aren't too gripping. I wear these things everywhere. They are so comfy for going on long walks, playing football, being indoors, anywhere. Like, these things are incredibly comfy. I'm a size 9 in the UK. I'm not sure what that is in US or European equivalents, but my feet are quite large for the fact that I'm 5'4", so it's quite nice to actually have some decent fitting shoes. I might look like a bit of a clown considering how short I am, but I really like the shoes. They fit well. They're better than any of the Airwalks, Nike, any other Adidas shoes that I've ever worn in my life. These feel great. In terms of looks or styling, they're fairly close to the real thing. I got zebras and my girlfriend Katie got these black and reds. They look really good in terms of their styling. Obviously, it's less easy to tell they're fakes if you buy the black color, because the stitching is a lot more blending in to the design, whereas obviously with zebras, it's very easy to tell where the panel stitching is and where it differs from one panel to the next. Yeezys are like Marmite. You either love them or you hate them. And my shoes versus Katie's shoes are like chalk and cheese. They're completely different. Mine are very standouty with the zebra pattern, whereas Katie's are more laid back with the black and red, very stealthy appeal, and she likes her design, I like my design. Of course, they're not everyone's tastes, but I just really like how Yeezys look. They have this weird shape to them that makes them more of an arrow, they're more pointy, but at the same time they're comfortable, so it's a good mix for me. Now here's the real kicker, pun intended. The durability of these shoes is absolutely insane. I have a past of completely wrecking shoes. I go to the beach a lot. I kind of walk in the water with my shoes sometimes. I go out to the woods. I live in Cornwall, so it's mostly rainy. Go through town. I actually use these in the gym every single day ever since I got them. So there's pretty much no reason for me to not use these shoes. They're my only pair of shoes. I don't have any kind of other shoes. I play football in them. I do a lot of sport in them. I even went to a wedding in them. They're pretty well used. The durability is something I really wasn't expecting for £30, and again for fakes. I've worn them in pretty much every single day and they're still pretty much like new, whereas Katie has had them for like 6 months, has the same experience. They work just great, although she doesn't use them nearly as much as I do because she has work shoes. There's only really one problem that I have with these shoes in terms of durability, and that is that the insole, mine seems to slide up. It's not broken in any way, but it does tend to slide up a bit, so whenever I put my shoes on, I have to kind of slide it back in, although I'm lazy and I could probably just super glue it and be absolutely fine. But if there's one nitpicky thing, it's that. When they're wet or when they've got muddy, I kind of clean them off a bit, put them on top of the boiler for the evening and they're dry. That's basically how I care for my shoes. I don't use Crep Protect or any of these weird spray nonsense things. I don't clean my shoes on a regular basis. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've maybe only done it once when it was very, very muddy. I kind of let the rain wash them. I'm really terrible as a hype beast. I'm not a hype beast, you know, I don't do all these crazy things to keep my shoes in good condition. So really, I haven't babied these shoes, but they've really looked after me and they still go strong. I'm probably going to keep them until I can no longer wear them. In conclusion, what do I think about eBay Yeezys? They're accurate-ish, they're not incredibly accurate, and you have to be careful on which seller you buy from. Number 2 is that they fit and feel and work really well. These things are workhorses for me, and I absolutely love what they've done. If you really don't like those insoles, you can trade them in for Adidas insoles, which is pretty great. And for £30, you really aren't getting a better fitting pair of shoes. These things are great. Now, yes, you could go with the official Nike, Adidas, anything like that, but whilst they've got that name tag and that name brand, for me, they have not lasted anywhere near as long as these in terms of durability, toughness, comfort, look, style, and actually price, because £30 is pretty cheap for a pair of shoes like this. Anyway, that's it from me. I know you probably weren't expecting anything like this from me, a Yeezy video, like what is that about? But it's just something that I really like. I'm really not into my fashion, but if I had a lot of money, I probably would buy quite a few shoes. I really like shoes, but I just don't have any because I haven't got any money. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Please do drop it a like, dislike, comment, subscribe if you're new around here to never miss a video like this one. Thank you so much to my patrons for your amazing continued support. And also please follow my social media because it helps me out and we can start a conversation over there as well. My name's been Ryan Thomas for Failtech, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.